Welcome to Love Wins. Namaste. Guys, it's another midnight message. I'm just going to get into it. First, I'm going to hit the bells because demons don't like bells. Let's clear some energy. Alright, I'm having a download, and I don't even know if it's all gonna come through, but I'm just gonna have faith in the Most High that the message that needs to be delivered will be delivered. So much is coming in. So much is coming in. We're somewhere in the midnight hour. I don't know, for the past few hours I've been doing some meditation and some rituals, and I was sitting in meditation. I was listening to some subliminals and some frequency music. And all of this stuff is hitting me at once. And I'm thinking about my life and some of the videos I've recently posted and how I keep sharing my personal content, my personal story, like what I'm personally moving through, and people in my life are always triggered by it in a way, because telling my story, I'm telling their story, and my story isn't in alignment with the story they tell as their story. But my truth is my truth, right? And anyways, something my mother had said a few days ago when we were talking about court and, at Jacob, and she said something, I'm trying to get the exact words. And as the download was coming, the delivery was completely, the stuff moves fast, guys. She said to me, we were talking about Jacob's progress, and how we know he's not lying. I know he's not lying. I know there was trauma. I know what happened, right? And we were trying to just rationalize the thought process, of the other parent. And why can't you just own up? That's been the theme of my reality right now. It's why can't people just be I did that, I'm sorry, and I'm just and I'm coming up with all of my reasons why I believe, and mine goes in depth. I completely analyze the whole spectrum of a scenario, of a person. I study people. I've been obsessed with studying. I study everything. I'm a forever learner, sponge, sucking up information, and I enjoy it, right? So I've studied the psyche, the behavior patterns, the why people do the things they do. I'm that kind of crazy. So like I understand and overstand all of the reasonings and all of, like, I go back to like childhood trauma. Like, you're this way because this happened to you. And then you've had a lifetime of all of these things that have happened to you, that have framed you and have molded you and that have brought you to this person you are now, where hurt people. And ego and pride and the illusion is more important than the reality. So I'm thinking about this, and I'm praying on this, and I'm meditating on this, and then I just get this whoomp of like the lies. And this goes in hand. There's a sequence of events that's leading me to this like delivery of this midnight message. But it's like a person would rather drag you through the mud to defend a lie, knowing that that what they did wasn't right. To not have all of the bad things they said about you be a lie, right? Like, they don't want to be made a liar. They can't possibly be made a liar because they perceived you in this manner, and they told this story of you being this person based off the perception of how they perceived you to be. And because you're not fitting that mold, because you don't fit in that box, because the reality of you is absolutely not the person that you've been painted to be. They can't have that. Like, that's absolutely not allowed to happen. So they will fight. They will fight to the death to win, so they can be who they've presented themselves to be. But they're not that person, and they know they're not that person, and it's so freaking frustrating, right? It's so freaking frustrating, all of the lies. And then I think about that lawyer that day. I have a lawyer who is, her sole purpose is to represent my son. 808, when I said that, I feel my voice getting cracked. Is to represent my son. And she spent no time with him. No time with him yet. Except for the one time she came over. She briefly saw him. It was a Saturday. He had just came home from visitation with his father, and she made a snarky comment about him sleeping. It was 11 something, almost being noon. It's summertime. He's 6. He just got back from visitation. Hello. He's recovering from trauma. Can we just stop pretending this elephant is not in the room? And I am not saying that just was the father's part. This is the trauma that is the generational shit I'm breaking here. Trying to save spaces is a thing for a reason, okay? We are two people who have brought a soul together into this world, and neither of us healed from our own shit. And that was irresponsible. And I say this to all parents who have brought a child into this world and they haven't healed from their shit yet. It's irresponsible. And we think that the baby's gonna bring the love, and we think the marriage is gonna bring the love, but the love has to be self. And somewhere a long time ago, you lost that love when whatever happened to you took you out of yourself. Trauma We are a generation, we are a system, we are a people who have been lied to, who have had severe trauma, and we would rather pretend it doesn't exist, give our power away to forces outside of ourselves, than to face all of the lies, feel all of the pain, take the brunt of all of it, and then free ourselves from it by standing in our truth, by walking in our truth, and by actively taking the steps to heal. That's what I've been doing this whole time. And my healing didn't look like their pretending trauma doesn't exist. And I've been under severe attack. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating because when you talk about spirituality and energy and spiritual attack, you get labeled crazy, and then the witch wound gets activated because you know we've been in this, we've done this before, we've lived this lifetime. You're living the life you are living now because your soul has been healing this stuff. So you're getting these experiences in this lifetime now because your soul came here to heal it. And the longer you run from it, the longer you stay in this cycle and suffer. The longer you stay in this cycle and suffer because you're afraid of pain. You're afraid of the pain that you came here to feel. You came here to feel it so you can heal it. I think about these lies, and I have had a recent convo with my son who, after telling me to get out of his life because I wasn't going to pick up the phone that day to have an angry conversation when I had a sick daughter who was throwing up because of all of the energy. Because children are sensitive to energy, right? Children are sensitive to energy, and energy is felt. So whatever people are feeling and projecting, and maybe it's wherever it's coming from, the children pick it up, the animals pick it up, right? So my child, she was sick that day. She was vomiting, and I was spending my time with her. Meanwhile, outside energies, I have a spiraling baby daddy who at the time was really angry at me for something. And then I had my children who, my video, who other people thought was amazing. I was trying to show my kids, remember us? And people who are saying we weren't that, like, they can shut up because look, this was us. And y'all recorded this, not me. And this was just me saying, remember? But people don't want to remember. I was talking shit. That's what they said. I was talking shit. And I didn't want them to tell me I was talking shit. Because I'm just trying to make you remember. So I was protecting my space. And I couldn't have that conversation at that time. My energy was needed with the sick child because at the end of the day, it is all about the kids. And as y'all blatantly made it clear, y'all are adults. 18 and up is legally an adult. And I have a track record of trying to connect with you as kids. Alright. Bella just woke up and saw a shooting star. I gotta watch my F-bombs. Baby on board. But where was I? Y'all, she made a wish. She made a wish on the shooting star. I'm not gonna tell her wish because it's personal, but listen, it's the lies, guys. I don't remember where I was, but my son's, yeah. And then he finally said it. What's been bothering him? I wish things were normal again. And I said something about, nothing is normal, like what's normal? And he said, accused me of judging him. And I was, listen, I'm not judging you. Never was. Like, there's nothing in what I said that was judging him. But here's the thing. People will tell you how they feel. So he feels judged. He feels judged because somewhere he's judging himself. He feels guilt. He feels shame. Those are sad energies. Those are low energies. I just want to hug those energies out of him. Do. Okay? But to facilitate in healing, one has to be receptive. We can only facilitate in healing. Healing is self-work. This is the work. And my toughest pupils have been these two older children of mine. All I can do is heal self. All I can do is lead by example, lead with love. That's it. Hold space. Hold space. And I hold space. But he said, why can't we be normal? And then he came back with, it started with a shirt. His attempt to reach out, he sent me a picture of a shirt. He said he got it because it looked like something I would wear. And I immediately looked at it and said, that looks like your father. And I didn't want to trigger him because in his memory, which it shows me where how distorted memories can be, you know. He was 6, 7 years old when we divorced. His life was shattered. His life was shattered. And he said he wished me and his dad could be together like when we were a normal family. And I said to him, baby, we fought. We fought before I got pregnant. We fought when I was pregnant. We fought married. And we fought after we got divorced. And I tried. And I loved your father. And I tried. And we tried. And we tried to make it work. Where we messed up was we shouldn't have tried. It was a marriage that should have never happened. We should have faced the truth when the truth was in front of our face. But instead, we tried. I try means I'll fail. Flow, guys, flow. Energy is truth. Follow the truth, stay in the frequency, find your flow. If you're trying, it's not it. It's flow. But that's the problem, it's the lies. And I said to him, I don't know what he has responded with yet. If he's gotten back to it, I have my notifications off and I'm not on my social media. I'm in quiet mode. But I was like, I'm sorry for the lies. Like, that's why I do what I do, because I've seen too many lies. I have said too many lies. I have seen what lies do. I walk in truth. I live in truth. Truth is it. That's it. It's my truth. It doesn't have to be your truth, and you don't have to be in my reality. We don't have to co-create. Just all I'm asking is stay out of my energy if my truth doesn't align with your truth, right? Like, to everybody. But easier said than done, because your truth triggers their demons, and when people don't want to face their demons, they would rather anybody who triggers their demons or sheds light on their demons, they have to destroy. So I've been the brunt of that, and it's been the people I love the most, because, you know, spiritual warfare. But the lies, guys. So I think about that lawyer, and she's like, because of her perception based off what my children said to her, based off of nothing of truth, because she hasn't spent any real time with me or my child. I still can see her face when she's like, what about Jacob? What about Jacob's needs? When she was trying to convince me to put him in school. And I'm like, what about? That is every single thing I'm doing. My decision to homeschool is for the best interest of my child. I know my child. My child is healing from trauma. I know this because I've healed from trauma, and I know what he needs. And if you talk to his case manager, you've talked to his grandmother and people who've witnessed him, since I cut the cord of abuse, the changes, the progress, the joy is coming back to his face, the excitement. My Jacob's coming back. My Jacob was getting lost in dark YouTube content. He was going to a dark place because dark things were happening to him. People don't want to talk about the light. They don't want to talk about the dark. They want to give it a false light and distract it. They want to distract it and put their kids in a whole bunch of things so they don't speak on what's happening to them. These are the things that are happening in our society to children. These things are happening to children. And they're fed these lies and distracted in trauma. So then they think they're going to grow up and have a family and fall in love and do it right. But all they know how to do is what they've done, what they've lived, what they experienced. People don't know how to step out of what they experienced, so they repeat cycles. Trying not to be the cycle, they repeat the cycle. So it takes a glitch. It takes a crazy motherfucker to come down here. An angel descended, walking in this world but not of it. You know this. You are this. I am this. We are this. We are awake. We've activated our dormant DNA. We are online. And we're breaking these generational freaking curses that are keeping lineages and lineages and lineages of souls trapped in misery. The best interest of the child, I know what the best interest of the child is. Love, unconditional love, understanding, a voice. He needs a voice, not to be silenced. Telling a child something that happened to them didn't happen and telling them that they're lying, you're taking their voice. You're disempowering them. That's a bully move. It's dark. What's in the best interest of the child? The truth. The truth. You don't even know if you're this child's daddy, but you're gonna fight to abuse him for your ego and your pride. And I'm supposed to just shut my mouth up and put my kid in school, right? No. It's the lies that need to stop. You take responsibility for all actions. You know, what I know about energy now and what I knew about energy then, my children would be on a whole different path, but you can't live in shoulda, coulda, woulda. I was pregnant in pain, sad, loving someone who couldn't love me back, feeling lack of no self-esteem at all. And people pleasing, trying my best to be the best wife, the best mother, the best everything. To be told I still wasn't good enough. And you think there wasn't a trauma? Yeah, there was a trauma. I died. My soul died. And then I found her again. And multiple times, multiple deaths. And you just keep getting back up, right? You keep getting back up. Because every single time it breaks an illusion and it sets another little piece of you free. Because you go on the path to recovery, to healing. Or you don't and you cycle. And someone in your lineage will come down here and break it for you. That'll be you in your next lifetime, or the next one, or the next one, or the next one. But let's get it right this time. Face everything that you're afraid of so you can heal it, but you have to acknowledge it. You have to know what it is to go into it. lying to your children. I'm not going to lie to my children. I have lied to my children to protect them from truths that maybe I didn't think they were ready to know. But in the end, it was 10 times worse. So with this generation, I got a second chance. God gave me a second chance. My soul chose a second chance. I earned a second chance, however you want to look at it. I look at it like it's all about the children. But it would not be responsible of me to parent them from a broken space. So it is my duty and my responsibility to heal me so I can guide them from a whole space, from a clear space, a clear channel, an open vessel, a light, a true light to guide them so they walk without fear. Because you know what weak people do? They scare their kids. They scare the shit out of their kids. It's a power play. And that is what we're breaking. We're taking that power. And we're giving it back to who it belongs to. The lies. It's all about the lies. Once you just go into truth, there's nothing to hide. There's nothing to be afraid of. But love wins. Love wins. You have to feel it to heal it, boys and girls. I will leave you with that. Yeah, I'm ready for bed. I just unpacked a lot. So, I pray this message receives who it's meant to receive. To the highest good of all and harm to none. I welcome the triggers. If I trigger you, welcome to your activation. You've been cracked open. Go see how far deep that rabbit hole goes. I love you. Love wins.